Okay, we're joined by Houston head coach Kelvin Sampson. Coach, thanks for joining us. If you can just get your initial thoughts on the game and on advancing to the championship final, please.
It's just two teams just battling. We closed the first half out so good, went up 12, and then we had a couple of kids that just struggled against their pressure, the press. Last time we played them, we only had 10 turnovers, which is good. You only turn over 10, 11 times against them, you're probably in the plus. But the turnovers, this is not. Where's our stat sheet? How many turnovers do we have tonight? Maybe I got it right. No.
Kelvin, you had 15, Kelvin.
How many points they score off them, Joseph?
Let's see here. I'm sorry. Let me do the quick plus.
That's 10, Coach. 10. Looks like it just said 10.
Yeah, 10 points off turnovers.
Yeah. But we needed to this time of year, back-to-back games. Play last night, come back and play this afternoon. Play against a team that we just beat last Sunday. Turn around and play them again on Saturday. You knew both these games were going to be tough. Just proud of my guys for winning. We could have won both, and we did. We also could have lost both, but we didn't. So the fact that we've found a way to win different ways. Memphis has got some really talented kids. Penny's done, I think, a really nice job meshing their talent. Boogie Ellis, Quiones, Nolly, Jeffries, Williams. I mean, they're really, really talented. There's a lot of teams in the NCAA tournament would not want to see them across the bracket from them, and we just had to play them in back-to-back weekends. So great win for us, though. We've had some close games this year. And when you can find a way to win your close ones, that's usually when you're on your way to having a really good year. So Quinton Grimes was a man. We had a breakaway layup for 2 points way out in front of everybody. Next thing I know, I was going the other way. We just had some head scratching moments. Didn't think we played particularly well. But I don't know that you can, as hard as those two teams play against each other. Memphis is really good. They're really good defensively. We're really good. We're really good defensively. They're not going to look great against us, and we're not going to look great against them. It's just going to be like that. That's going to be like whoever Memphis plays. I mean, they're a good team. But now we just move on. We got championship game tomorrow against a team that's red hot. And we'll get ready to play tomorrow. 3 games in 3 days. It's not about your records or how you're playing. 3 games, 3 days. You can throw everything out the window. It's a survival game more than anything else.
Okay, we'll take questions, please. We'll start with Joseph Duarte.
When you mentioned
get a stat sheet.
Let me go back.
So what, Joseph?
you mentioned Quinton Grimes. They're late in the second half. Boogie would make a 3 and Quinton would go down. You've seen that this season when he can get into a rhythm or gets going. But how big was him, kind of going through that exchange there? Keeping you back in the game? Well,
they force you to play in ways that it's not conventional. When you play Memphis, it's going to be an unconventional game. Tremont Marks really played well lately. Today he just struggled. But we had to figure out how we're going to play small and what we're going to run. And so we just ran some good old rolled our post and replaced our guard and threw it to, that means that Quentin would be catching at the top of the key in his area. I wanted to go through him. Dejan just had no legs. You could tell it early. Dejan's triple-double last night, the energy. So, he only weighs 178 pounds. He just had no juice today whatsoever, and you could tell. But But thank God, Quentin was ready to go. But second day, third day, back-to-back games, most kids' legs are going to go. Not going to shoot it great. But Quentin jumped up, made some timely shots. But he was the one we were going to play through. As a coach, you have to decide who you want to play through. And when we were struggling there, some of it was self-inflicted. Some of it was because Memphis was doing a great job. It was probably a little bit of both. But our kids just, it's adversity. Anytime you're up 12 and you come down and go down 4, that's a minus 16. Now, a lot of teams aren't built, they come back again. They just find a way to lose. I was really proud that I'm glad we won the game the way we did. Would I rather we won by 20? Of course. But losing, getting down like that and then coming back and winning the way we won it with an offensive rebound and making our free throws. That is so March. That is so March, rebounding and making free throws. That couldn't give our kids a better lesson on how to win close games in March.
Take the next one from Chris Baldwin, please.
Coach, Justin getting that last offensive rebound and then the defensive rebound as well. I mean, is his ability to do that? I mean, what does that do for you? And is that still sort of underrated that in those key moments?
Not by me, Chris. not by me. We put a lot of value on being able to get our missed shots and their missed shots. And that's probably the most athletic team that we've played this year. Sisse's a live wire at 6'11", about 235, 240. Deandre's just 6'10", 6'11", about 250. Williams 6'9", live wire. I mean, they're 6'10", 6'11", 6'9", and then their wings are 6'7", 6'8", Jeffries and Nala. That's a big team. They force you into playing a style that is not conventional because they just run and trap. And I didn't think we handled the trap. We handled it well. We handled it fine at our place. We didn't really. 10 turnovers is what we averaged for the year anyway, and we only turned it over 10 times. But tonight we just had some unforced errors that a little bit disappointing. But sometimes just have to tip your hat to the other team. But rebounding is our calling card, and we spent an inordinate amount of time shooting free throws as well. So tonight we went 19 for 22 from the free throw line, and we out rebounded them, I think, by 6 when we were small almost the whole night. We're small almost the whole second half.
Take the next one from Matt Musial, please, KHOU.
Hey, Kelvin, congratulations on the win. I want to ask you about Deandre Williams. You called him a live wire. The incident there, we were tied at 62, he pulls down Bryce. Looks like he's fouled out, and then it's not, and then later he did foul out. How important was that for your guys to keep their composure at that point in the game?
Yeah, well, there's different ways to lose your composure. I thought Tremont lost his composure a little bit tonight against the press. Reggie stepped out of bounds. A 5-man. Our 5s don't take the ball in bounds. I didn't know what he was doing. There's different ways. We had a couple instances there where we lost our composure as well. But Memphis is the kind of team that will do that to you. But the other way, we've seen that before. And I was glad there was no retaliation. Anytime somebody throws an elbow like that, your biggest fear is that there's going to be retaliation. The first thing referees do in that situation is take the easy way out and kick both guys out of the game. And so hats off to Dejan for keeping his composure.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Chris Gardner, please.
Coach, with tomorrow being the third game in 3 days, will you go to your bench more, quicker, shorter rotation, something like that?
Maybe. I'm pretty good at listening to the game, Chris, you would think. But our guys are in pretty good shape. The guy that had nothing in his tank tonight was Dejan. You could tell he was just he expended so much effort and energy last night. But You know, we had somebody pick him up. You know, I'm not even sure if Dejan had a rebound tonight. Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Second half. No, our kids are close knit. They're really, really great. They're great kids. But I feel comfortable. You know, we played off the bench tonight. Bryson, I thought, was really good at times. Fabian's still working his way back. You know, these are non-conference games for him that happen to be the biggest games of the year. He's just not ready to step in and be the old Fabian yet. Tremont struggled tonight. I thought Jamal went in and was fine. So we played nine guys tonight, and I wouldn't be afraid to play any of the 9 tomorrow night.
Okay, we have time for 2 more. We'll go to Joseph Duarte and then finish up with Chris Baldwin. Start with Joseph, please.
Kelvin, you know, you've been in the NCAA tournament now for quite a while this season. I was curious, is there something though to be said about getting automatic bids instead of just, you know, either way you're in, but will there be something to be said to win the tournament and get that automatic?
No, not the automatic, win the championship. So you're talking about 2 different topics. I think it says something about winning the champ. The automatic bid means nothing. You know, the last time we were in the tournament, we lost to Cincinnati on Sunday, and we beat Georgia State and Ohio State, and could have beat Kentucky to go to the Elite 8. So, yeah, winning the championship wouldn't have helped us, and it certainly didn't hurt us. I think Cincinnati won it that year, and if I'm not mistaken, you have to see where they finished. But if both teams were in the 3rd day, whether you win it or not, you're still playing 3 games in 3 days. So for us, and I think the same thing for John, who's done a great job with his kids, is both teams are playing for a championship tomorrow, not the automatic qualifier.
We'll take the last one from Chris Baldwin, please.
Coach, Marcus Sasser got inside a few drives there in the second half. You know, his and Quinton's, you know, both their willingness to, you know, take those shots and seek them out. I mean, how big is that for you?
You know, they've got some great defenders. The Bow kid, for instance, and Keonis, you know, sometimes we have to pick and choose who we want to attack, you know, which is the best matchup for us. And fortunately for us, we have 3 guys that can get to the rim off the dribble and score. 4, actually. Tremont didn't play very well tonight, but he's a good player. And I have a lot of confidence in Tremont, which is why I kept going back to him. But having multiple guys that can score it multiple ways. But the guy that was an absolute stud tonight that just owned the moment was Quentin. I just thought he owned that moment. He loved it. He wanted it. He sought it. He craved it. Every team in March has got somebody that hits big shots. I was watching Ohio State and Michigan today. Ohio State has some big shots. Cincinnati they hit some big shots. Every team does. You say, well, if he didn't hit him, who would? Why are you even asking that question? He did. So it doesn't matter who else would. That's the confidence Quentin's coaches and teammates have in him. He's the guy we want shooting those, and he looked comfortable. I mean, he took one that I crossed my eyes on, but with Quentin, you never know. And I've told him more than one time that he can't take a bad shot as far as I'm concerned. That's how much confidence I have in him.
Coach Sampson, thank you. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we welcome in Quinton Grimes. Again, we'll just go right to questions. Please raise your hand in the chat if you have a question, and we'll start with Chris Gardner, please.
Quinton, how high is your confidence right now?
It's pretty high. I mean, just from all the work I put in all year with Coach Q. We shoot all the time. The coaches have the ultimate trust in me. My teammates have the ultimate trust in me, and I have the ultimate trust in myself. And I think there's where it starts. You got to just keep going, keep going.
Were you this confident last year?
I feel like last year was some things I had to work through, some things I kind of had to figure out while I was kind of my first year. I was a freshman in a sense, but I feel like making that decision to come back, I knew exactly what Coach Sampson wanted from me every day. I know exactly how practice were going to be. I got real comfortable this year, and I think y'all can see it out there on the court.
Okay, we'll go to Joseph Duarte for the next one, please.
Quinton, for those of us who've been around you all year, we've seen where when you need to score, you sort of get into another dimension? Or do you feel like you're at your best when, say, for instance, today Boogie Ellis hits that three, you go down needing, needed a point, you hit it, he comes back and answered, you respond. Is that where you thrive the most in those situations?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely feel like that for sure. Like Coach Sampson said, I wanted the ball in that situation. We go down there. I think the time he drew up a play, and I come out there and I wanted the ball. I wanted to go out there and make the play. And like I said, when your coach has the ultimate trust in you, it just kind of uplifts your confidence even more when he kind of gives you that green light to go out there and make a play and make the right decision. And he just gave me the green light to go out there and get in my bag, really.
We'll take the next one from Chris Baldwin, please.
When you're in a game like that and Boogie's hitting shots, you're hitting shots, can you sort of enjoy the moment? What's going through your mind as big shot after big shot comes up?
Yeah, those are the games we live for. Just trading buckets, trying to get a stop. Every team is playing super hard. You're trying to get a stop, and everybody's making contested jump shots and just trading buckets, kind of like playing at the rec and just going out there trading buckets, trying to just stop each other, and it's super fun out there. I know. Memphis lost. They played a great game. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of fun out there with us too. So I feel like those type of games are kind of what you live for, to grind it out ones. Even though everybody's hitting shots, you got to come down to the last few seconds. And so what happened tonight.
Okay, we'll go to Andy Yanez for the next one, please. Oh, Andy, we're not getting your audio. Still not hearing you, Andy. We'll go back to Joseph Duarte and see if we can go back to you. Okay, go ahead, Joseph.
Sorry about that, Quentin. Hey, tomorrow you guys play for a championship. That's sort of, I know the regular season went the way that it did, but how important is that going into the tournament? Not only to just, get that win, but just, something to build off going into next week.
Yeah, definitely is real good. I think Coach emphasized that he hasn't won the conference championship since he's been here. So we not only are playing for us, but we're playing for Coach too, to get to kind of have something to uplift him, having something put back in his trophy room. Because if Coach hasn't got one, we haven't got one. So we're going to go out there and we're going to play Cougar basketball like we did tonight.
Hey, if I could follow their press and what they were doing in the second half, how much did that really affect y'all those first 9 minutes? I think you only had 5 points as a team through that first 9 minutes or so. Was that sort of something y'all had to get a lot of adjustment to? Yeah,
it's tough because you never know. They have about 3-4 different kind of persons that they could throw at you. And I feel like once we kind of settled down and we kind of figured out where the spots were that we get open and kind of take advantage of that, I feel like that's what we did. But we just had to settle down and kind of see where they're coming from, because they're coming from all directions out there on the court. So I feel like once we settled down, the coach said it just kind of relax. I think that's what we did.
We'll take the last one from Chris Baldwin, please.
Quentin, with Justin getting that last, offensive rebound and then the defensive rebound to sort of end it, what does he mean to you guys, and why is he so hard to box out for other teams?
He's just the heart and soul of our team. I don't know where we would be without Justin, to be honest. It's just what he does. He's a magnet to the ball. Wherever the ball is, it seems like he's right there. So I just can't even. You got to ask him. His hands are like a magnet to the ball. He just knows where to get it. He knows where to find it. Like, Coach, you got a bubble drill. He wins almost every bubble drill he's in. He's a magnet. That's all I can say. He's a magnet for the ball.
Okay, Eli, did you want to get one more in from Mark Bourbon, who just joined? Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Quentin, I'd like to get two questions, if I could. Amongst the wins you've had wearing this uniform, where does this one stack up?
This is the number one. I can't even lie, the number one. It's both teams trying to grind it out, trading buckets, bucket after bucket, coming down to the wire, who can get a stop, who can get a rebound, who can make free throws. It's all the things that you practice in practice is a thing. It all came out tonight, making free throws, not fouling, those things like that. I feel like this is definitely the best game I've had since I've been in Houston Cougar.
How relevant is what y'all did to Cincinnati last time going into this game now, or does it mean nothing?
It means nothing at all. Yeah, y'all see the way they're playing. The first game versus SMU, what they did tonight versus Wichita State, they're playing with a ton of confidence. You can see it out there when they're on the court. They're riding on a lot of momentum right now. So we got to make sure we bring our A game.
You said on ESPN a little while ago about it's about toughness. That's what Coach preaches, not about X's and O's. Could you reiterate those thoughts?
Man, for Coach Reeves that every day. He said that before the game, he wrote what needed to be written about the keys for the game, and then he wiped it all off and just emphasized that it doesn't matter what play he draws up, it doesn't matter what is going on out there. It's about who wants it more. And I feel like how every day in practice is. And that's just what we do. Who with the toughest team went out there and won tonight? Lose balls, rebounds. I feel like that's what we did.
Thank you.
Quentin, thanks for the time today. Congratulations. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, we're joined now by Boogie Ellis from Memphis. Again, we'll just use the raise hand feature in the Zoom to get in the queue for questions. We'll start with Terry Davis, please.
Hey, Boogie, how tough is this loss for you today?
Man, it's a tough loss. You know, our whole season we've been working on trying to get to the NCAA tournament, and this game we needed it very bad, and we fought hard the whole game. You know, I'm really proud of the guys, and this win meant so much to us.
Go next to Jason Munst, please.
Hey, Boogie. You know, that's back-to-back really tough losses to a very good team. What was today's loss different in some way than last week's loss? And if so, how? Yeah.
I mean, the outcome was still the same, so I feel like it was pretty much the same. We didn't do the little things. We didn't make free throws. I didn't make free throws. That's really what it comes down to, is making our free throws. We were right there with them at every other category except for free throws.
Go next to Danielle Lerner, please.
Boogie, what was the difference in the second half? It seemed like you guys came out with a lot more energy. You know, what was the discussion that was had at halftime?
We just told each other that we was gonna play for one another, and we didn't want to go home. We didn't want that to be our last game, so we came together. It was like we gotta keep fighting all year. We fought all year, and we always kept pushing, and we just came up short.
At what point did you feel like the game was kind of out of reach?
There was no point that I felt that the game was out of reach.
Go next to Chris Gardner, please.
Boogie, what did Coach Penny say to you guys in the locker room after the game?
He said he was proud of how we fought, but we got to be able to do the little things to finish the game off. Our playmakers have to make free throws. We got to get more stops, and we got to be better on defense. We let Quinton Grimes hit those tough threes late in the shot clock, and if we would have came up, switched tighter, and we would have been fine. But it comes back to the little things again.
Okay, take another from Jason Munst, please.
You're talking about the little things, not doing the little things right. Is it frustrating to look back over the course of the entire season and see that that's sort of the same thing that keeps popping up for you guys?
Yeah, it's very frustrating, especially as a group when the coach keeps emphasizing it, and from the beginning of the season he always emphasized that, and we didn't lock in, and it came back to bite us.
Okay, we'll go to Andy Yanez for the next one, please.
Boogie, what is the biggest challenge when it comes to playing this Houston team?
The biggest challenge is staying locked in for all 40 minutes. They're going to play hard for 40 minutes, and just being able to keep playing hard and boxing out, and like I said, doing the little things for 40 minutes. They're going to crash hard, and we gave up box outs, and at some points we gave up a lot of offensive rebound, and they scored on second chance points. So like it always comes back to boxing out and I felt like that was the toughest thing, was staying locked in for 40 minutes.
Time for two more. We'll go back to Jason Munz, and then we'll finish with Dan Tortora. We'll start with Jason.
Hey, Boogie, it may not feel like it right now, but there is almost certainly more basketball for you guys this season. Is that on your mind at all, or is this just still so fresh that you don't even want to think about that?
Oh, to be honest, I don't think I'm really thinking about that. I'm just focused on how I'm taking this right now.
Okay, we'll take the last one from Dan Tortora, please.
Just what you can say about, like you said, I mean, obviously this one's hitting you right now and there's more basketball to be played, but what have you taken out of this season so far? And as much as this hurts right now, where is this Memphis team at, in your opinion?
I feel that we just got to keep pushing, Coach emphasizes fighting and playing for the name in front of your jersey. And I just feel like we just got to keep going, keep pushing.
Boogie, thanks for your time tonight. Appreciate it. Best of luck the rest of the season. Okay, we're joined now by Memphis head coach Penny Hardaway. Coach, we'll begin if we just get your initial thoughts on the game, please, before we open up to questions.
It's a tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game. And it got kind of out of hand in the first half. And went into halftime and made some adjustments and came out and did some good things and had a chance to win the game at the end and just couldn't pull it through. So I'm just proud of the boys' effort for getting back into the game and trying to fight hard to get that W.
Okay, we'll take the first one from Danielle Lerner, please.
How do you describe all the emotions that are running through you right now?
It's crazy right now. Just hard to accept having the game won and knowing what was at stake and not being able to pull it through.
Is that something that you use during the game when you talk to the guys, kind of, telling them, look, if we get through this, we know what's on the line. We play for a championship. We play for March Madness bid.
Yeah, I just tried to keep us engaged on what was at hand, which was just beating them. Knew we had a good opportunity to get back into the game, gave a great effort to get back into the game, had a lead a few times, had a chance to knock them out and just couldn't. That's just the resiliency in them and who they are. They're used to winning. Their culture is set. They have a great culture and they just never gave in. They kept plugging, and Quinton Grimes made some big shots.
Take the next one from Jason Munz, please.
Hey, Penny, Boogie was just saying that even though there's most certainly more season left for you guys, that he's not even thinking about that right now. Is that kind of where your head's at as well?
Yeah, honestly, we started off very slow and just couldn't get our footing, and it took us a very long time to try to come together as a team. And then when we got the rhythm, we went into the COVID pause, and that held us back a little bit, but we came out of that playing really well and lost a tough game at Houston at the buzzer. And got locked and loaded for this tournament and started off well against UCF. And it just seemed like you never wanted it to end. And today after losing this game, it's just heartbreaking because we don't really know what's going to happen right now.
Go next to Terry Davis, please.
Hey, Coach, when you lose a one-possession game, do you just go back and just micro-analyze everything, or you just tip the hat to the other team and just move on?
Well, I'm sorry.
Do you see how the man said it? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and go ahead. And are you NCAA or bus, or are you willing and open to take an NIT if offered?
Just to answer the first part of that, I saw everything unfolding and I saw what was going on, and we just couldn't stop it. And like I said, they were a really, really good team. They kept plugging away. So as we were playing, I just saw it unfold in the way that we needed it to, but I knew that they weren't going to go away and that we were going to have to knock them out, and we never could get to that point. And when we could never get to that point, we just had a close game at their place. They're used to winning. we're not used to winning on that level. And it just came down to the toughest team, the smartest team, and the team that's won and has established a culture. And, you know, that's all I can say. As far as what was the second part of the question? I'm all over the place right now.
Is it a NCAA or bus, or would you accept the NIT invitation?
No, I think just for the respect of the NIT, we would accept an invitation, but I'm just praying that we've done enough to get into the NCAA. We played better in the second half. Our first half of our season is haunting us right now. And we just hope that, you know, that they'll see that we were an NCAA team. If not, then probably going to take the NIT bid if we don't.
Take the next one from Clayton Collier, please.
Penny, you know, nobody ever knows what's going to happen tomorrow, but you know, with the additional measures that are in place with the wait list for the tournament as well, does that, I know that's never how you want to end up getting into a tournament, but does that take away from maybe the sense of finality that comes with a bubble team here losing, you know, in the semifinal?
I don't know. I don't really know about all of that. And, you know, we tried our hardest to get in on our own, but we don't know what happens from here. But I do understand what you're saying as far as what's going on with the COVID situations and everything that's happening. So we just have to sit back and wait. But I feel like we've shown that we're a tournament team.
Take the next one from Mark Giannotto, please.
Hey, Penny, did you ever get what was the explanation on DeAndre's fifth foul? I know to the table did they review it? I just curious how that all played out.
He said DeAndre threw an elbow at the guy when he got the rebound, and it was truly an amazing play to call at that time. And he took away. He was going to see if it was a flagrant. He took away the flagrant and said that he did throw an elbow. So I don't really understand if he didn't hit him, how that was his fifth foul, and how it was not a intentional or technical. They just gave them the ball. So I really don't know.
Let's take a couple more. We'll go to Jason Munst, please.
Hey, Penny, the Boogie talked about the free throws. I mean, he talked a lot about the little things that you guys could have done that might have resulted in a different outcome. But he specifically mentioned the free throws, and if you could speak to that. I mean, it's your guys' shortcomings from the free throw line and how that's been costly for you guys this season.
Yeah, man, it's truly unbelievable with the way that these guys get shots up every day and get free throws up every day. You have to make your free throws to go 15 for 27 and lose by 2 points again, man. And that's without Alo again. We're battling, man. We just got to finish the game. You make those free throws, you probably win by 4 or 5 points. And they're in crunch time, like they're in winning time. And guys are missing 2 free throws back to back that are good to decent shooters, decent to good shooters. And you just got to make them, man. That's a big deciding factor in March with a lot of teams is making your free throws or missing your free throws to seal a game or to get you back into a game. And if you miss them, then you lose games. So we lost the game today because we just could not get it together from the free throw line and with other small stuff. So free throws were major today.
Okay, we'll take 2 more. We'll go to Danielle Lerner and then Andy. We'll close it with Andy Yannis, but Danielle, go ahead.
Obviously, Penny, you guys knew what you had to do in order to win today just from the game last week and from what you just said. It's been free throws and rebounding and the little things like that all season. So, what happened there in the first half when there was, that 13-2 Houston run? Can you pinpoint anything where things sort of collapsed?
Yeah, we just weren't rotating properly. We really were not attention to detail on the personnel. And we couldn't get anything going offensively, and then defensively we couldn't get anything going. So we made some adjustments in the second half and came out and had an opportunity to win the game. But the first half, the jitters could have been there, nerves from the boys, and because we haven't been in this situation enough. We're young still, with a lot of sophomores, but the first half, man, we spotted them, and then even though we got back into the game, you just can't spot teams of that magnitude.
Okay, final question will be from Andy Yanez, please.
Penny, you've gotten a chance to play against this Houston team twice in the past week. What do you feel like the ceiling for this team is?
I'm sorry, for Houston?
Yeah, for Houston.
I think the ceiling is high because their defense travels and they rebound. There's not going to be a lot of teams around the country that are going to be ready for that physicality of how they rebound the basketball, and their guards are really good. They can get a bucket whenever they want to. And if Quentin Grimes if he keeps playing on that level, along with Marcus Sasser and Jerome, you know, that's a three-headed monster, you know, that you go to on the offensive end when you got three guards that can handle the ball, they can shoot it, and they can get to the basket whenever they want. And then the way that they play defense and rebound, it makes them a weapon. Their ceiling is very high.
Coach, thanks for your time today and this week, and best of luck to you and the Tigers.
Thank you.